vehicle right in front, which is really super weird. It has absolutely nothing to do with the daycare. But I think this vehicle is really cool. We also got other new things inside, like the ability to pick outfits right here and there. Look, I have the official Brookhaven daycare outfit, and here are the outfits for the babies. And look, now I have a baby outfit. And if I change my size and pick up the item right here, look, I'm a real baby. So it's really super cool. Today, the daycare is in Brookhaven. There are quite a few things. And upstairs, here, we have the Brookhaven Adoption Center with offices here, so we can settle in here. Well, I think I'm going to go back to normal because this is just crazy. And outside, we even have a playground for kids right there. And it's really super cool. Also, this playground has been around in Brookhaven for a really long time. But you'll see that in the past, it was even more fun, and we even had a secret with it. Because today, besides going on the roof, there's nothing else you can do. And you can also go right here. And there you go. You know all the secrets of the 2026 Adoption Center. But you'll see what it looked like before. And now I'm in 2025, and look at what it looked like. And yes, the Brookhaven daycare used to look like this. It was much smaller, and honestly, the entrance was more colorful. Honestly, I really like the old version of the daycare, and inside, look at what it looked like. So, yes, right here, you have a little corner, there you go, for the babies. I don't know if there are people who remember this daycare. Let me know in the comments if you remember it. We even had toys right here that we could pick up here. This was the reception desk, so we could sit here for the reception. And here, guys, we had the daycare for slightly older kids than next door, because over there it was for babies, but here it's for children. And here, guys, upstairs, we're going to have something really cool. You'll see, it's truly amazing. But before I show you, I hope you're really subscribed to the channel. And look right here. We had the playground that led us directly outside, and it was really awesome. The playground for kids was really amazing. It was way cooler back then than it is now in 2026. Honestly, I much prefer the old playground for kids to the one we have today. Look, it was really awesome. Plus, we could even go up on the roof right there. And we also had a secret hiding spot right here. Look, it's so cool. Now I'm hidden. Nobody can see me. Also, you can tell I'm in 2025 because this was the 2025 update. But you'll see what it looked like even before, because this was just in 2025, which was just over a year ago, and here I am in 2023. And look, the writing was different. I think this writing is much cooler than the one we have on Brookhaven today. And inside, very few changes. Just the writing that of course changed. Otherwise, it's basically the same thing, with the same secret path. So, we can't really say there have been a lot of changes between 2023 and 2025. It's basically the same thing. Even though the city of Brookhaven has changed a lot in the meantime, look at how the city used to be in Brookhaven. Honestly, it has changed quite a bit. Everything around it has really changed a lot. Look, even the police station in the back was completely different, but that was just in 2023. Station in the back was completely different, but that was just in 2023. Do you want to see even earlier? Okay, now I'm in 2020 and I've just arrived in Brookhaven in 2020. And, as you can see, there was actually a help guide to learn how to play Brookhaven, and that's really shocking. Look, it explained to us how to get a house, how to remove it, how to change the speed of a vehicle, and that you could click on players to do several actions. And there was also the premium logo to explain that there was a premium pass. So that was the 2020 Brookhaven. They explained to us how to play Brookhaven. Honestly, I think everyone today knows how to play Brookhaven. And look, the city of Brookhaven was still under construction, and we're going to go straight to the daycare, and you'll see that the daycare didn't exist. And yes, look, we had another building instead. And honestly, I think it's the best building in all of Brookhaven. And yes, look, it was the Brookhaven Secret Agency right here. So it wasn't a daycare. It was the secret agency. It's really shocking to see this today. Look at this thing. It's crazy, really. Here, I'm in the Brookhaven Secret Agency. It really has nothing to do with the daycare anymore. It's really shocking. Here, I'm in the FBI offices. While here, I'm supposed to be in the Brookhaven adoption offices. It's nonsense, by the way. Look at all the interfaces. They work. And for example, here, I have the Brookhaven stroller in my hands. Yeah, there were still quite a lot of bugs before. So it's really shocking. There were already a lot of items back in 2020. I think there were even a huge amount. And there are some that have disappeared from Brookhaven, like this sandwich here that doesn't exist anymore. Or the old tablet that looked like this. And yes, look, it was like this. The old Brookhaven tablet. And even the phone, it was like this. And yes, it's an old phone. Honestly, I find that really shocking. And we already had babies in Brookhaven. Look at what they looked like before in Brookhaven. It's crazy. By the way, before we continue exploring the secret agency, I would still like to go see the Brookhaven hospital to check if the daycare wasn't somewhere else after all. Look, there wasn't even a Brookhaven town hall. And we're going to check at the hospital, even though I don't think there was a daycare at all. And yes, look at the babies. They were here. They were in the Brookhaven delivery room. By the way, well, it's strange, because they're not the same as the ones I have in my inventory. Look in the inventory. Actually, I get it now. I have a baby, but it's actually a fake baby. And here, there's a real one in front of me. It's really, really well done, so that was a fake baby. Okay, well, at least we learn things every day, and we're going to go back to see the secret agency in Brookhaven and look at what it looked like. It was really beautiful. So we saw the FBI offices that were right here, and we can go see upstairs. Now, upstairs, we had seen the Brookhaven courthouse in a really miniature version. Honestly, I don't really like it. I'm not a big fan of this courthouse. I find it really small. Here, it was under construction, but it was never finished. This room never saw the light of day in Brookhaven. It's really a shame. And upstairs, we had the mayor's office. And yes, the mayor of Brookhaven was here in 2020. And if people don't believe me that this existed, you can go check it out at the Brookhaven Cinema in 2026. And you'll see this building appear in the cinema in 2026. Yes, on the cinema screen, you'll be able to see this building that really did exist. Like everything you see around me, all of this really existed in 2020. Because I know there are people who think all of this is fake. But it's actually real. Take a good look at everything around me. Look, we already had vehicles in Brookhaven, so these are the very first vehicles in Brookhaven. We also had a few dances, and look at the burger barn, which was right here. And I never end with 2026, but I really want to show you proof that this really did exist. And yes, look, we're going to the Brookhaven Cinema, and look right here, you can see the Brookhaven Agency building, which really did exist. And yes, it's real. And it's the same if you get a house and turn on the television in a house. On Brookhaven, you can of course see the old Brookhaven town we just tried out. And when we go to the new restaurant in Brookhaven and go into the manager's office, we can see the very first burger barn that we just saw. In any case, you can see that all of this is real. And above all, tell me, do you prefer the old daycare or the new one? And don't hesitate to like and subscribe and watch other videos. And which building should I do next time?